Hi, this is Armando with the boxing corner. The fight between Cleverly and Hawk just finished. They're talking about Maris and Moreno now. Like I said, the fight just finished, and I thought I'd do a quick little video. Probably gonna be about 3 or 4 minutes. There's somewhat a lot to talk about, but then not really. Um, First of all, this is the second time Nathan Cleverly has fought here in the States. They were saying. Um, Obviously he was having trouble with Ryan and what was going on with him and Don King and blah blah blah. So they got this Hog guy that said roughly a little bit under a 2 week notice. Um, the Cleverly, having the WBO belt, is trying to make a name for himself here in America. Even though here in America the arenas aren't nowhere near as packed as they are over there across the pond. But he wants to he wants to fight the big fights. He wants to make some big money. In a sense of trying to expand his name. So Hawk, he ends up fighting Hawk, and Cleverly looked good. He was sharp. He was busy. He was pushing the pace. He looked really good. Similar to like how George Groves did a couple of months ago on this kind of like a undercard for Golden Boy Promotions. I'm very happy that Oscar is actually reaching out to Cleverly, to George Groves. Hopefully we can see maybe Tony Bailey cross the big pond and fight over here, because any of those three guys are more than welcome on my TV screen here, either be under Showtime or HBO. But talking about the fight, like I said, Nathan was sharp, very quick, very just overwhelming. He was putting a lot of his punches together. Hawk was very durable for as long as it lasted. He was catching Cleverly from time to time, a couple of body shots here and there, but for the most part it was 6 rounds of Cleverly just dominating him, outworking him. I mean, just it seemed like for every 10 shots Cleverly would throw and maybe land 6 out of those shots. You know, Hawk was landing or throwing 1 or 2 or 3 maybe. So it was just a barrage of just Cleverly just overwhelming this guy. Big round 7 where Cleverly dropped Hawk. Well, probably one of them was more of a kneel down from the pressure, the second knockdown, but the first knockdown was it fucking escapes my mind. I just can't think of it right now because I have like a million things going in my head. But he did score 2 knockdowns in the 7th round. The second knockdown near the end of the round, and in the 8th he scored a overhand right that dropped Hawk to his knee. And then the ref is like, hey, you need to show me something, or not the next time you get knocked down, I'm gonna stop the fight. And then at that rate, Cleverly was going in for the kill, and they stopped the fight, and it was a legitimate stoppage because up until the 6th round or up to the 7th round, Hawk was doing okay, but he was still definitely losing the fight. But this big 7th and now the massive 8th round, I mean, you had to stop the fight. You can tell he kind of quit. He knew he wasn't going to beat Nathan Cleverly. I'm glad that Nathan got the stoppage and won in the fashion that he did. So hopefully a half full arena will know who the hell Nathan Cleverly is, because let's be honest, American boxing fans aren't as passionate as say the British fans, fans in Europe, and definitely the Mexican fans are through thick and thin they'll follow their champions or their favorite fighters. So hopefully this is something good for Nathan Cleverly. There's talk about him possibly fighting Bernard Hopkins, a fight that I mean, I'd watch it. I mean, would I like to see him face Tavoris Cloud, Jean Pascal, Chad Dawson, or maybe even Gabriel Campillo? Babu Shumanov, I'm not a fan of Babu Shumanov. He hasn't really fought anybody, to be honest. I think he fought Campillo once. But realistically, Cleverly should fight Bernard Hopkins and then make his way up to maybe Pascal, Cloud, or Chad Dawson. So in the lineage, let him fight Bernard Hopkins. Even though Bernard Hopkins has achieved more, Bernard Hopkins isn't what Bernard Hopkins used to be. And I think Chad Dawson, Cloud or Pascal are a little bit more higher in the in the spectrum of the light heavyweights, in my opinion, in my sole opinion. But overall, Cleverly did good. He impressed. I would hope he impressed Oscar so that Oscar can bring him back again and maybe set him up against Bernard Hopkins, which would be a big fight. But yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. This is the second fight's already kicking off. This is Armando with the Boxing Corner, and I'll see you next time. Alright, bye.